In a universe bursting with cosmic power and chaotic forces, few entities are as terrifying as Knull and the Death Seed Sentry. These two are not just villains, they are walking apocalypses, manifestations of madness, and extinction-level events. But before we pit them against each other in the ultimate deathmatch, we must understand who they are at their core. Let begin with Knull, the malevolent god of the void. He predates light itself, existing before the first stars ignited. When the Celestials attempted to shape the cosmos with light and creation, Knull responded with unrelenting vengeance. He forged the all-black Necros Sword, a weapon so powerful it could decapitate a Celestial, and with it, he created the Symbiotes. These parasitic creatures, including venom and carnage, are fragments of Knull's dark essence. His influence stretches across the galaxy, corrupting entire civilizations, extinguishing hope wherever he walks. Knull isn't just evil, he is a primordial force, a god of annihilation. Now turn to Robert Reynolds, better known as the Sentry. Once a man imbued with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, he stood as both a savior and a ticking time bomb. But what happens when his darker half, the void, becomes enhanced by the Death Seed? A celestial artifact of corruption used by Apocalypse. You get the Death Seed Sentry, a version of Sentry where all sanity is gone, all restraint obliterated. His compassion dies, and what remains is a divine, schizophrenic destroyer driven by rage and instinct. The Death Seed does to just make him stronger. It aligns him with death itself, converting his reality-warping strength into pure entropy. Two cosmic nightmares, one born from the primordial darkness, the other a celestial maddened god of death. One is the beginning of darkness, the other the end of all life. Now let's see how they compare blow by terrifying blow. Power levels and cosmic potential. Power is the currency of war in the Marvel Universe. And when it comes to Knull and Death Seed Sentry, both are essentially cosmic juggernauts. But how do their raw abilities stack up? Knull's power is almost mythical. He doesn't merely manipulate the symbiotes, he is their god. He can stretch his control across entire galaxies, puppeteering armies of symbiotes to consume entire worlds. He slaughtered gods, decapitated celestials, and once battled the Silver Surfer and Thor at the same time. He even infected the Enigma Force, the power behind Captain Universe, momentarily, proving his strength surpasses the boundaries of even cosmic avatars. His weapon, the all-black Necros Sword, is forged from living darkness, capable of killing immortals, gods, and dragons alike. Death Seed Sentry, however, breaks traditional power scales. The base Sentry is already near omnipotent, capable of molecular manipulation, teleportation, regeneration, and existing in multiple places simultaneously. Now add the influence of the Death Seed. It removes his moral compass, boosts his energy reserves, and converts his void into a limitless stream of negative reality. He's been able to stalemate Molecule Man, rip airs in half, and survive being disintegrated by Thor. The Death Seed enhances his madness, making him unpredictable and unstoppable. It's no longer about power levels, it's about psychological warfare and cosmic-scale death. Knull brings order to darkness with strategy and godlike command. Death Seed Sentry brings chaos and destruction without logic or mercy. One is a tactician. The other is a berserker of the highest magnitude. Which form of power is more deadly? Minds of madness, psychology and strategy in a battle between gods, intelligence and mental resilience are just as important as strength. Knull and the Death Seed Sentry both suffer from twisted perceptions, but they manifest in radically different ways. Knull is a god, but not a mad one. His actions, however vile, follow a clear ideology. He believes in the supremacy of darkness, the elimination of light, and the return to a void state of the universe. His mind is calm, calculating, and malevolent. He crafts weapons and armies with precision. He isolates his enemies, corrupts them from within, and uses fear as a weapon. He even took over Earth with surgical accuracy, enslaving heroes and turning them into his avatars. Knull's brilliance lies in his control. Death Seed Sentry, on the other hand, is raw, unstable chaos. Robert Reynolds is a fractured soul even before the Death Seed corrupts him. His dissociative identity disorder makes him unpredictable. One moment he is the savior of Earth. The next, he, its destroyer. The Death Seed pushes him beyond repair. It fuses his void persona into a relentless force of death that no longer listens to reason. He becomes a black hole of sanity, devouring everything in his path. You can't reason with him. You can't predict him. He simply unravels reality by existing. In battle, Knull would try to exploit Sentry, S madness. But therein lies the problem. Death Seed Sentry S insanity is a shield, not a weakness. You can outmaneuver someone who does follow rules. The real question becomes, can strategy overcome a cosmic hurricane of destruction? The battle scenario: who strikes first? Let us imagine the battlefield, a ruined galaxy. Stars have died, time is collapsing. On one end, Knull stands surrounded by a fleet of symbiote dragons. On the other, the Death Seed Sentry levitates, glowing with apocalyptic energy, eyes void of mercy. The opening move likely goes to Knull. As a master of deception, he flood the area with darkness, infect the battlefield, and summon symbiote armies to swarm the Sentry. But unlike others, the Sentry would panic. He'd teleport through their ranks, vaporizing them with golden nuclear energy. Knull might attempt to bind Sentry with symbiote tendrils, but they would hold for long. Sentry would retaliate with a speed Knull might not expect. Moving faster than light, manipulating matter, and warping gravity, he could tear through Knull's forces in seconds. But Knull is not just brute strength. He would embed his consciousness into the battlefield, using mental and emotional attacks to destabilize the already fragile psyche of the Sentry. That is when the real war begins. Knull would unleash the all-black Necros sword, capable of slicing through gods. He'd aim for Sentry's essence. But here's the twist. Death Seed Sentry can exist as pure thought. He could reform from molecules, manipulate darkness itself, and corrupt the Necros sword's power if pushed hard enough. He's not just physical, he's metaphysical. The battle would stretch across dimensions, time, and reality itself. One minute they'd be colliding on Earth's moon. The next, tearing through alternate timelines, their battle echoing across the multiverse. And still, neither backs down. Final verdict: who would win? So, after the destruction, after the celestial bloodshed, who would stand victorious in this apocalyptic duel? Knull is the more grounded god with a consistent mental structure, an army at his back, and one of the deadliest weapons in Marvel lore. His presence alone dims stars, and his tactics are devastatingly effective. He is a conqueror, a tyrant of darkness who nearly brought the Marvel universe to its knees. Death Seed Sentry, however, is a singularity. His power is so great, so unstable, that even death itself cannot claim him. He has no master plan, no army, no strategy, just cosmic annihilation in humanoid form. The Death Seed transforms him into a being beyond reason, beyond pain, and beyond defeat. Even if Knull were to destroy his body, the Sentry would regenerate from atoms, reappearing with more fury than before. In the end, the deciding factor is adaptability. Knull's strength is immense, but rooted in structure and control. Death Seed Sentry is madness unchained. You can conquer what you can understand. Final verdict: Death Seed Sentry wins. He does. To just defeat Knull, he erases him from the narrative, from existence itself. A god of death, greater than the god of darkness. The battlefield is left in ruin, the stars silent. No celebration, no survivors. Just silence and the echo of one name: Sentry. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.